This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Awakened Positive Power, where me, Jemima Godsall, and my beautiful co-host, Darcy Marta. Hey, Darcy.
Hi.
We come to you each week and talk to you about mental health issues. Here, mental health matters. And I am also an ambassador for Theraexpressions Meditation in Casper, Wyoming. Check them out. There too, mental health matters. So this week we don't have a guest. We had quite a few guests the last few weeks. So this time it's just back to Darcy and I. So nice. Hello, Darcy.
Hi.
Let's just have each other's energy. Sorry, guests. Love you all. But, so this week I thought I'd like to talk about, I'm going into a movement embodiment dance training called from Azul Training. Everybody check out Azul Embodied Training. Incredible. This is over a year that they have 5 different sessions over a year, 5 days of dancing, 7 hours a day. What? Now, when I say dance, I'm not a dancer. So it's really embodied movement, like moving your body. And what we do is we work through different elements of emotional trauma and healing. Last time was the saying no, the ability to say no. And we worked on how to say no and why we couldn't say no. And none of this is verbalized. It's all through our body. And this time we're working on the shadow and the light and the dark. So the shadow and the light self of ourself, part of ourself, which I'm quite excited about. But I was really wanting to talk about, so please check it out, guys, it's amazing, is the importance of movement. Because I know when I first took this class, I was going, I'm kind of a big expressive person. No, really. I could never, but I could move, and I was able to express stuff and tears and laughter and everything through my body without having to explain anything, because I stutter a bit too and I get emotional, and just get it out and like feel. I want to say fucking. I'm going to fucking free. Sorry, YouTube, but I felt so free within my body and so detoxed from stuck energy that I had forgotten about, that I hadn't even touched on, that I've been emotionally up here dealing. But in my body, it was stuck, and it just was. And I've just got goosebumps. An incredible way to express without having to explain, and the feeling of detoxification was so incredible. That I just wanted to talk about the importance of movement as a healing tool, because I think it's incredibly powerful. And we forget sometimes when you're in a downer, you can't move. Like you just can't move. You feel stuck. And it's so hard to even get up and go and shower. I get those times. Right. But there is something about the power of reminding yourself that you do have the power to just get up, to even just stand up and go to the bathroom, maybe back and forth twice. I don't know, something, but move that stuck energy, because it shifts things. It shifts within your body, and then because it's shifting in your body, it shifts in your mind, and then your spirit carries along, or whichever way you choose it. You know what I mean? But that power of movement is just incredible. And I'm very excited. I start again tomorrow, and I can't wait to shift this. And I'm a little nervous, a little like butterfly-ish, because it's quite deep. We go so deep into everything. But damn, yeah. The importance of movement. So what say you, Darcy, to the importance of movement with as a healing tool?
100%. I remember when I moved to New York City, and it was very overwhelming for me. But, I would walk across town. I lived on one end of town. I had to work at the other end of town, and I would walk across town, and just being so overwhelmed by the energy that I would do a walking meditation. And there's this one I had learned a long time ago where it goes, I bless each step. I bless each step. I bless each step. I bless each. So that I really had a mantra going with my movement. Otherwise, I noticed that the self-talk inside was very negative and overwhelmed, fearful, nasty, et cetera, and I realized that was probably true of most New Yorkers. Like, get out of my way, get out of everything. And so doing that walking meditation really helped control that thought process and really took away those feelings of overwhelming. So I know movement is really, really important. One of the things I'd also like to say is, because I do restorative hypnosis, and where it is totally lying down, where we get you completely, cocooned, and so that you are eliminating extraneous movement to release extra body tension through the subconscious and the spirit.
Yep.
And some people would say to me, well, when I go and work out at the gym, that's when I renew my spirit. And I say, yes and no. It depends on your intention with your movement. So like your your intention then leads to your healing, right?
Yeah, true.
So
That's very true.
right. So if you're walking and you're still doing the get out of my way and everybody sucks and I hate everybody, you're not going to have much healing happen.
Yeah.
And if you go to the gym and everything's like, I gotta work out, there's not a lot of healing. But when it's your intention and this dance that you're doing, the wonderful thing about dance, it's very much like swimming. It uses all these different parts of your body in a fluid, expressive way, so, and your intention is set, and that's what's really important.
Yeah, the intention set, the free flying. I've got a good example of that without the intention there. Like, as you know, guys, most of you, I was a drug addict, and I was shooting up, like, using needles about 17 times a day at my worst time, and I was teaching 30 classes a week as a gym instructor. Now, my intention was not to clean myself out. My intention, I was lucky though, very fortunate, because unconsciously my body was sweating it all out during each class. I was fit as a fiddle, so I had to do it because I had to. That was my job, and I had to buy my drugs, and I had to do everything else. But my intention was not to heal. I wasn't even thinking about that, so it wasn't working in that same direction. I wasn't healthy at all. But thank God I was doing that, because otherwise I would have been so much more unhealthier. And I mean, the amount of drugs contaminated with bleach and stuff. I mean, I'm so surprised I'm not damaged, and that's probably why, because I was constantly moving, sweating, releasing these toxins. But the intention was not set with the idea behind getting fit and releasing toxic energy. It was just like I had to do it. But indirectly, it's like kind of thank God, because otherwise my body would have.
Right, because look how strong you are. And I also think it's one of the things that's actually led you to being into your healing process, is that you have the value of your body. You value your body. So even though you were a drug addict, you weren't that kind that didn't value something in yourself. A lot of times, I have a number of drug addicts in my family, in my friendship circle that my heart goes out to. And they don't value their body. They don't value that part of themselves. So you valuing it, I think, has been what has really saved you, has helped you lift yourself up to say, gosh, I'm going to take these classes and I have this energy and I like my body when I move it. And if someone is watching this and you're depressed and you can't get up, just like Jemima says, get up and walk to the window, breathe some fresh air, walk from the bedroom to the kitchen and get a glass of water, open the shades and the curtains, let the light
Something so tiny is something that can be so huge. Like, even though you think it's nothing, that can be like the turning point of an energy shift within you. And it just can be a rescue. Just that small, minute thing, which may feel massive, can really help you, really help unstick some sort of energy. And it can help you also know that you still are okay, like you still can move, like you're not stuck, you're not stagnant. You have the ability to help yourself by just tying a shoelace, opening the window, walking to the bathroom. Even if your bathroom's like 2 steps, great, 2 steps, make it, you can do it. I mean, it's just that, but that does shift that when you lie there, not with the hypnotherapy, when you lie there without intention.
Yeah.
And all you can get in your mind is those depressing thoughts. You are killing yourself. It's this, you get deeper and deeper into this like bed grave, dare I say that, like deeper and deeper and deeper, stuck in this horrible place when you feel heavy. And it's just a matter of telling yourself, moving that first leg. And it can take an hour just to move a leg, but just try to move that energy somehow, because it's stuck. And it can just change your whole life. And, by the way, when I'm saying dancing too, when Darcy and I are saying dancing, it's not like choreographed. This is just moving. I can't dance. I've got 2 left feet. I can kind of dance, boogie. But this is just movement. Like you feel the music, you have music on, and you just move however you feel. And that's expressive to you. Everyone's so different. Some people just sit and they just move their head. If they have back problems and things, they sit and that's how they are feeling the music. They are feeling the energy. And that's not a wrong or right at all. It's the way they are. So it's the best for them. Right. And you cannot compare anybody to anybody else, because there is a dancer there doing all this stuff. You saw her, you've been, oh my God, you think something wrong with me, but there's not. Here I am moving like stomping my feet like I'm in a doof party, like I'm at a rave. And it feels great for me, but someone else is going, oh my God, so it's just about free moving. And energetic expression and sweating it out. Like, I don't know, just something about it is very, very.
Sweating is
very
so
cathartic.
great. Getting those toxins out of your system, getting your heart exercised, you know, your lungs exercised. It all releases these endorphins into your brain. You know, the endorphins start to tell you that, yeah, things are possible. Things are possible. And when we just sit is when there's no endorphins, there's no energy moving up into the brain. And then we don't have a good visualization ability. The movement, the endorphins helps with our visualization, our inner landscape, and what we want to create in the world. And so,
and it can also help you sleep. Like if you're having trouble sleeping. Remember, Darcy, last night when I went to visit Darcy in California recently, we went to the beach. Beautiful day at the beaches. And it was just so wonderful energy from Mother Nature and walking and hiking and just a beautiful day with each other. And at the end, we come home feeling this buzz zzz, in your body from Mother Nature and walking, and then exhausted. And it was just like, oh my God, this is the best. This is the best. You know, and then we were having fun on top of it. But like, it was just the way you're connected with Mother Nature, connected with yourself, moving the body. And it wasn't for exercise. We were doing it because it's beautiful. You know, we didn't set out with an intention to exercise our body. It's just what happens, and it just shifted anything. And you walk home feeling, I felt so happy. I felt so happy with you. I was like, yay! And it's just what happens. You know, it's sort of. And then on the other hand too, like with this expressive dance, we're going into the shadow. It's kind of heavy. Like we are forced to go, you know, follow the heaviness in your heart, different parts of our bodies. What does your hand feel like when it comes to this expressive, this dark shadow? What does it do? What does it want to do? So explore, like, and it's no wrong or right. It's just, you just don't try not to think about it. That's the whole thing. You try not to think. You just hear the music and hear what she says and just explore. And then you'd be quite surprised somehow where you feel like when you notice some parts of your body are stuck. And you think, oh my God, I didn't even know that my back was hurting when she talks about, you know, something. Or I didn't know my knees were crumbling when she brought in that negative thing or that positive thing. You know, it's just, and you go, wow, my body, you get connected to your body and understand the messages that your body gives you, because our body speaks to us all the time. Always. And that's what
right. We have muscular memory. So all those things that happen to us, our body uses tension to deal with it, right? It's that fight, flight, or freeze response. So, you know, let's take driving, for example. You're driving in traffic, really bad traffic, where, you know, somebody cuts you off and you're like, whoa, right? Right. And so we get used to driving and we have all this muscular tension everywhere in our stomach and our, you know, our thighs, or, you know, our foot from hitting the gas and the brake and etc. So that's just a basic muscular memory. And then when you have trauma, right, when things happen to you, your body, the tension remembers. So a lot of times the mind might forget the trauma, but the body remembers. The body is also your subconscious mind, your senses, your feelings, your intuition. It's all loaded inside the body. So when you're shaking it out and moving it, you can release all sorts of memory and the energy that's stuck in those muscles, you know, the energy that gets stuck in those muscles. So it's
another good therapy, aside from Azul, is static dance. Static dance, I think, is a bit of a new craze. It's been around for centuries, but static dance is a new craze that's where you sort of like pretend you're like you're static and you move the whole time, shake your body, shake, and you dance, jump around, and it's just the most freeing, like crazy sort of like you're all doing the same, like you're being electrocuted type thing. But wow, I remember my lover and I did it once, and he's not into that sort of stuff, and I was like, come on, it's gonna be fun. Here he is doing it, and at the end he's like, oh my God, like expanding beyond, like I can't believe it. He's like, I feel so free and my body feels amazing. And I'm going, I know, like it just clears you. And it's called ecstatic, like because you're ecstatic, and it can go into the negative, the positive, all around as well. But it's just exploring, releasing those toxins, that muscle memory that's stuck in a negative place. You release it so then it can be free to move in a totally different way.
There's a great book called, oh, I gotta find it for you. I'm just looking at it right now. I think it's called Shaking the Tiger.
Oh, you've told me that one before, I think.
Yeah, Shaking the Tiger. And it's literally about this, about how your body needs to release all those endorphins, all those, what do I want to say? All those well, again, muscular memory, but also all the adrenaline and all the other stuff that we carry with us all the day. Now, you might not have something coming at you immediately, but if you're ruminating, if you're reliving and thinking about, your past trauma or your difficulties, your body does start to respond. Subtle is significant to the fact of a potential idea of danger coming. So if you're having a problem with your boss or your relationship or a family member or a neighbor, whatever, your body is gearing up for to protect you, right?
Completely.
And so carry that energy, and we got to shake it out. Just like when an animal sees potential danger, perceived danger, they shake it out afterwards. They completely shake their body out until it's gone. And it's so helpful to the body. So it makes perfect sense.
Well, I know at the moment too, I'm having trouble with my past trauma of the stalking. And what I actually just wrote a blog about it, what I realized is that I'm continuing the trauma because my mind keeps going on about it, and it's not actually present. It's 3 years ago, but it's still here, present today. But my mind is playing tricks on me because it's in protection mode, doesn't know, and the mind doesn't know if that's real or not, if it's today or not, because it's in that protection mode. It knows it's getting ready to protect himself if anyone comes up. So I'm actually harming myself with that. So I'm so looking forward to releasing this, because I know it's a stuck energy of a past tie that needs to be cut big time. And I'm continuing that negative influence in my life by the mind continuing to go on and not having a way to express and to release it.
Right.
So I'm hoping that
I call it loop thinking.
Exactly. Total loop. And I know it's such an awakening in terms of me going, I'm actually my own stalker at the moment, because I don't have it. And it's stopping me from seeing other people, stopping me from going out. I love Zoom, thank God, because I can still be social. But it's crazy, it's sort of hindering who I really am. And I'm really quite social, and I really like to meet people and get involved. And I'm scared because of this. And it's like the whole muscle, I'm on defense mode, and so I'm this whole expression of movement, especially with the shadow side. I hope it's going to really help. I'm very excited.
I am too. I think I really want to hear about it. That's also a sample of what you're explaining, example rather, of post-traumatic stress disorder, right? Where you relive it. Tapping, the EFT we spoke about, emotional freedom technique, where you want to tap on it sometimes when you have this loop thinking happening that you can't pull yourself out of. EFT, emotional freedom technique. And again, it's a release of the energy in us,
kind of vibrating everything too, isn't it? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and so that you're letting it go and getting it to move out of the attachment, the mental, emotional, and physical attachment. So EFT can help a lot with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Good to know. Thank you. So many tools of movement. So why don't we just shake it out? Shake it out.
Yeah. So important.
Beautiful. Well, everyone, I hope you all got a little bit from that, but just remember, if it's a tiny step you need to take, beautiful. Just take that small
step. Going for a walk is one of my favorite things to do. Go for a walk. If you are really in that loop thinking thing, getting outside and here's a fun game you can play. So if you're really feeling like garbage and you're like, okay, I'll go for a walk. Go and look at your neighborhood. Maybe it's some place that you're walking all the time. Maybe it's something you hate, you don't like where you live or whatever. Go and look for something, one or two things that you can find that are beautiful. Just fine. Or two brand new things. Good observations, not, oh, good, there's another pile of trash. I'm moving. No, but to find two good new things or two beautiful things as you go for a walk. Just look for that. Look for two beautiful things or two brand new.
Set the intention, because then you got a positive intention to work towards.
So go look for something and taking your deep breaths as you walk if you can, or shallow breathing if you cannot breathe deeply and you cannot walk far. Just those little steps. Walk outside, look around, look for something beautiful. It could be a color, it could be a beautiful child, or it could be a bird that you never thought you would see there, or some whatever. Look for something lovely. Just two things. and have that simple movement. That movement will lead to more movement.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow, so many things. Darcy, do you have a card you can pull? Thank you, everyone. That was really good talk.
Yeah.
Movement.
Thanks, Miss Madam Pilates woman. She's the Pilates woman. Yeah, I just think that that's been your saving grace, your Pilates, right?
Yep, indirectly, even though I didn't know at the time. It's because now it's my conscious career. Like then it was just because I was having to support myself by drugs, and I loved it, but I wasn't actually there for the right reasons.
Right.
But now I am. So it's really, really great to be able to flip the page and be 100% committed to something that's worthwhile for everyone. I see the benefits of freaking, I don't know how I'm here, you know what I mean? So anyway, card time, Das.
Well, I pulled, I didn't pull it. It fell out, so I took it, which is community.
Oh, how wonderful. Beautiful.
I'm using energy cards by Sandra and Taylor. Okay.
Fantastic.
And so community. And this says connection with kindred spirits. This card shows 3 women celebrating, sharing ideas, and supportive energy. The lights in the picture represent your ever-present spirit community as well. And that's really also very important. Your ever-present spirit community as well. I just want to mention that when we're finished here. This card appears upright. It indicates an association of some kind. It may be a casual connection of like-minded people joining a club or a community of some sort, or even a business partnership, perhaps consisting of 3 or more entities. The time is right to make new connections and to share intentions, whether they're personal or professional. Networking and community are important parts of the human experience, and the security and sense of connection can be beneficial to all. It's true that when several people join their intentions, it accelerates their power in the energetic realm. Receiving this card puts you on notice that the universe is sending you some beneficial alliances your way.
Damn.
Right? Like the happy family card. This could indicate a party celebration too. So your affirmation is, I open my life to the wonderful people around me. I am
perfect.
I'm making strong and beneficial connections in both my personal and professional life. And this is what you're really working towards, is getting out there physically and making connections with people and understanding that your spirit is with you. You are protected. You are always protected. And I was also going to say to anybody who's listening to this, who's dealing with depression and not being able to move, remember that spirit is always with you. And that when you go for a walk, feel spirit holding your hand as you go. Whether you want to take an ancestor, a past loved one, or spirit with you, you say, I can't do this myself. You're not. You don't have to. Take them with you in your mind and your intention and say, please walk with me today. I really need your help. And absolutely, you will feel that. In fact, let's do that next week. Let's talk about how to, or the week after, how to actually experience connecting to our ancestors.
Oh, hear that? The wind. Woo! Like, I'm coming.
Come back. Here comes the
Yes,
spirit
we hear you. Bless you, Darcy. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week. We have a guest next week, beautiful Miranda. She's going to come on. Not quite sure what she's talking about, but I know she's got a tale to tell. Have a wonderful weekend, Darcy. Everybody out there, peace, love, and mung beans. Take care of yourselves. Let me just try and turn this off. Okay, guys, peace out. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Bye.